Hey! You know, I wasn't planning on doing a Saturday Shorty this week. Mostly because there will already be a video on Monday, the result show of the charity drive. By the way, if you're watching this video on the day it comes out, Saturday the 29th, there's just 2 days left for the charity drive, so, you know, get on that. And I also didn't want to do a Saturday Shorty because this is like the last day before December, when winter is coming starts and all that good fun, so it would be awkward to do a random toy review that's just a one-off. But then I thought, hey, I could do something different. Now, before we start, I have to make one thing very clear. This video is not sponsored. Nobody asked me to make this video, and I paid for the books myself, so everything is above board. But yeah, I want to talk a bit about Kassandra Killjoy. You may recall last December I talked briefly about the first book, Kassandra Killjoy, Paranormal Private Eye, The Search for the Swordsman. And I recall saying I liked it. I was hooked from the start. So yeah, that's last year. But guess what? This year, the second book has come out. Kassandra Killjoy, Paranormal Private Eye, The Caskets of Chaos. And now I have both books. And I have to say, I like the second one too. Absolutely. Now, who is Kassandra Killjoy? Well, I really don't want to give anything away, but she's a private detective in Obscure City. A city where at night the ghouls come out. All sorts of creatures, vampires, werewolves, other things. And this is about her adventures. I do suggest you start with the first book, since this is serialized. In fact, the end of the first book, the epilogue, kinda goes into the beginning of this one. So yeah, for the best experience, first the original, then the follow-up. I've enjoyed both books, and even though the second one is a bit bigger, I finished them both in one afternoon. They're very easy reads, really. And they're funny, there's good world building, and a couple of gut punches in each book too. Like I said, I don't want to get into any spoilers right now, but there is something I do want to mention that is sort of a spoiler from a certain point of view. So if you want to keep yourself out of the loop, if you want to go in completely blind, skip to the timestamp right here. What is a spoiler anyway? Is it a spoiler if I say, I don't know, in Empire Strikes Back there's a twist? I don't think so. Or if I say there's a twist in this M. Night Shyamalan movie? I don't think so either, but some people don't even want to know if there are twists coming. So I gotta say, in every book there are some plot twists. And they're good ones. In fact, I myself, well, in book 2, one I saw coming, one I should have seen coming, and one I didn't see coming. And the first book, pretty much the same. So if you're into that, you can get your mind blown pretty easily. Yeah, speaking of spoilers, the first book is called The Search for the Swordsman. Yeah, in the end they find the swordsman. I don't think that's a spoiler either. I mean, Star Trek The Search for Spock, you knew they were gonna find Spock, right? Anyway, book 2 is all about the Caskets of Chaos and how to prevent an apocalypse. In a fun way. So I definitely recommend book 2 too, but read the first. I do have a little confession to make. There is a specific reason I wanted to talk about this second book. First time reading this, quite early, on page 38 to be precise, there was a G.I.Joe reference. Something I did not expect. It felt kinda odd to me, so I contacted the author, Erod, online, and I asked him, was that always gonna be in the book, or... And no! They confirmed they put in a G.I. Joe reference just for me. Which is kind of amazing, really. So, I guess you could say I'm returning the favor by mentioning and recommending this book. Cause hey, there's a G.I. Joe reference in there. How cool is that? Well, I'll see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing.